style. Everything. My friend.
She make it drop for us. We bought the guap with us. There ain't no stopping us. Them niggas can't rock with us. Who on top is us? They mad and it's obvious. Don't know who I can trust. It's nobody else, it's us. These niggas be tripping, I ruin my vibe. My niggas get turned when we look me outside. Shorty look at hella thick on her thighs. All of her friends are just me and my guys. Nigga play tough, you gon' meet your demise. Nigga play tough, you gon' meet your I'd rather get to the cash. In and out quick through the dash. Slide on your block with no mask. Shorty keep shaking that ass. She get on timing for us. She gon' line up for us. You don't want no problems with us. That money is all that I trust. I got it, but still ain't enough. Don't think about calling my bluff. When we hit the spot, it's bottles and bottles. Gassed up, got me going full throttle. We living life cause we ain't promised tomorrow. Like IG, I know them haters gon' follow. Everything, nigga, you know that's the motto. Everything, nigga, you know that's the motto. She make it drop for us. We bought the guap with us. There ain't no stopping us. Them niggas can't rock with us. Who on top is us? They mad and it's obvious. Don't know who I can trust. It's nobody else, it's us. Shorty as fat, yeah, she go crazy. That's what they mean, tryna take it down. After we fuck, no, we not stopping. Baby girl, let's go a couple rounds. In this spot, show us loving, we touch it down. None of my niggas don't fuck around. We don't catch you today, we gon' hunt you down. Shorty jumping that ass till it hit the ground. Really ballin', these niggas all hard to bound. No, we don't fuck with clowns. I'm the king of this shit, I don't need a crown. Tell them niggas, them real niggas back in style. Niggas run around broke and they bragging how. I can back any bitch, I ain't gotta smile. I got the drip that they can't afford. I make that noise that they can't ignore. She make it drop for us. We bought the guap with us. There ain't no stopping us. Them niggas can't rock with us. Who on top is us? They mad and it's obvious. Don't know who I can trust. It's nobody else, it's us.
What's good, y'all? L Famous, living my life, not thinking about it twice. Don't be scared to like, subscribe, or share this dope content if you like it. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Now, this joint right here is about KARP versus Pistol Pete. You heard? Yeah, B. KARP versus Pistol Pete. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because Pete been trending lately. Yeah, man. KRAP has been trending lately. You heard? And I'm gonna give a heavy shout out to K.A.R. Pete out there. Yeah, B. I'm gonna give a heavy shout out there because even though he's taking a large, he's taking a hit on internet, they coming at him. You got Mikey B and them coming at him. You heard? You got OG TV coming at him. You got 050 coming at him. You got Zip with the Drip coming at him. You got Hassan Campbell coming at him. You heard? A whole bunch of other dudes coming at him. But I ain't gonna come at him. You heard? This video right here is KARP versus Pistol Pete. Who's worth the name? Yeah, man, who's worth the name? Now, I seen 050 do something the other day with Pistol Pete versus Pete, you heard? But this joint right here is who's worth the name, you heard? Growing up in the streets, who name rung harder? Yeah, B. Growing up in these streets, who name rung harder? Put it in the comments, B. Put it in the comments, B. I want my videos to do numbers. Hit that like button, B. I want my videos to do numbers, man. You heard? Hit that like button. I want my videos to do numbers, B. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Put my joint in rotation. Get my joint in the algorithm. I want my joint doing numbers, B. You heard? All y'all dudes out there, shout out to my guy Big Dice out there, you heard? Shout out to all official platforms out there. Shout out to Jais TV. He did a good joint on Pistol. I'm on KARP the other day. You heard? You know what I'm saying? But this my joint is KARP versus Pistol Pete. Yeah, B. Growing up in the streets, who name was ringing harder? Yeah, B. Who name was ringing harder? Now, I'm gonna go with KARP first. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know KARP is a local thug coming up out of Cyprus. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Cyprus was rough. Cyprus was rough, man. Cyprus was rough, man. Growing up, when I was growing up, everybody that I knew from Cyprus either had a body, or they was going to jail, or they was getting mad money. You heard? You know what I'm saying? They was either busting a gun, in jail, or they was getting some money. You know what I'm saying? That was all that was going on around Cyprus, you heard? And a whole bunch of like extortion and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because you had to do Calderon and all them from down there by that area, you know what I'm saying? They not from Cyprus, but he wasn't from Cyprus, but he was from Brook, Patterson, not Patterson, That area, yeah, Millbrook, Patterson, and all that area, you know what I'm saying? So you had Calderon, the official extortionist dude, you know what I'm saying? That famous dude that got killed in front of the parole building. You remember, everybody know about that story. Straight gangster nigga, Calderon, Spanish nigga, you know what I'm saying? He was laying his extortion game down. He was from around that area. That was mainly his area, you know what I'm saying? Where KRAP is from, you know what I'm saying? But KRAP grew up hard. He grew up hard. Because Cypress ain't no joke over there. Niggas is bodying niggas, putting it in and all that, you heard? Spanish and black niggas, you heard? But the Spanish niggas over there get busy. I'm gonna keep it 100, y'all. The Spanish niggas over there on Cypress and all that area, they get busy, man. When I was on the island with them niggas, a lot of them niggas was locked up for murder. A lot of them niggas was locked up for murder. They wasn't locked up for no robberies and this and that. They was locked up for murder. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100. So we all know KARP, local thug, grew up hard on Cypress. A lot of drug dealing, killings, extortions, 80s to now. His reign was from the 80s to now. Because he was going to jail and all that in the 80s. You heard? The late 80s and all that. So, KARP, he been in the street. You know what I'm saying? He been in the street. He been out there running with the local crews. You know what I'm saying? The local crews. He wasn't running with no big crews and all that. You know what I'm saying? He was running with the local crew. And he was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. You heard? And basically, on the street, that's what KARP is known for. You know what I'm saying? Being a stand-up nigga, getting busy, going to jail, holding his own, you know, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Part of my French, you know, things like that. And, now, what's Pistol Pete known for on the street? He a hood legend, grew up in the Soundview section, a lot of drugs, money, and killing. And his reign was like from 89 to like 97. You heard? And everybody, when I was coming up, that's my era. Pistol Pete, me and Pistol Pete and us, we around the same age. So that's my era. Nigga, Pete and them niggas had niggas shook, B. They had niggas shook. You know what I'm saying? Pete had niggas shook. That nigga name was ringing. I was hearing about Pistol Pete from like 93 or 92 all the way up. You heard? Up until they took him down. You know what I'm saying? And they still talking about Pete. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So Pete was not just a hood legend up there in Soundview. He grew up in Soundview around a lot of drugs, monies, and killings. But that dude was putting his pressure down in the street. He started a crew called Sex, Money, Murder, and that was a rap. That was a rap. You heard? That was a rap. You understand what I'm saying? So KARP was known for running with his Spanish crew and his gangster crew from Cypress and all that, and up and down the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Why you think that him and Fat Joe so cool? Because them Cypress, Forest, all of that, Jackson, Melrose, all that, niggas grow up together. Niggas go to the same schools. Niggas hang out in the same places. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he met Fat Joe when he was younger. You know, he always been a tough kid. Fat Joe was a tough kid. So they clicked and made, when they got up, you know what I'm saying, they kept their friendship, you know what I'm saying? But Fat Joe never went to jail. He only did a little fed bit for some tax shit. But Pistol Pete, he was a jail nigga. He was a street nigga. He was a hood nigga. He was a gangster nigga. He was a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing. And that what separates them is Pete was official, nigga. Pete had started Sex, Money, Murder crew. Them niggas running around, laying niggas down, getting money out of town. They fucking with the dude Yard Road. They getting bricks by the mother load out of town. They had the car service in Pittsburgh. You heard? They had the car service in Pittsburgh, so they was coming through in Lexuses and all kind of joints that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas ain't know that they had the car dealers joint and what you call it under the wing. You heard? They was invested in that. Like, I'm just telling you, Pete and them niggas was on different time. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the street. You know what I'm saying? And plus, Pete is known for laying down a lot of official niggas. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, B.O. Rest in peace, K.A.R and Hines. Rest in peace, other niggas. Rest in peace, this nigga. Rest in peace, that nigga. I'm just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knew about pistol work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really separate Pistol Pete from KARP in the street. You know what I'm saying? Not only did KARP grow up in the 80s and really came up in the 80s, but he was doing his work in the 90s and all that when Pete was around. But at the end of the day, nobody knew him for his Pistol Pete. You know what I'm saying? It was only one Pistol Pete. You heard? You got his pops, you heard? You got Pistol Pete pops, you know what I'm saying? That's well respected out here. Was it just came home from the feds, official, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knew a Pete pops, you know what I'm saying? Before they knew a Pete, because Pete pops was in the game heavy, you know what I'm saying? Getting that bread and putting it down, you heard? But not like Pete and them. Pete came up, that nigga took it to another level. And he had his crew on another level. Sex Money crew was on another level in the street, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas, they wasn't having beef with small fries. They wasn't running around here bullying niggas, getting into shootouts with petty niggas and all that. Them niggas was getting into beef with niggas for real, B. You heard? It was over money, position, or power, you heard? And niggas was putting niggas away, you heard? So, that's what separate Pistol Pete from KARP in the street, you heard? Yeah, B. And put it in the comments, who y'all think got more work in the street? KARP or Pistol Pete? You heard? Or who work do y'all niggas think is more respected? KARP or Pistol Pete? Put it in the comments, B. Yeah, man, put it in the comments. I want to see this video do mad numbers. Put it in the comments, B. You heard? Put it in the comments. I want to see this video do mad numbers. But yeah, B. When it come down to KARP versus Pistol Pete in the streets, I'm going to give it to Pistol Pete. I'm going to give it to Pistol Pete because Pistol Pete started a crew called Sex Money Murder mainly from Soundview, Castle Hill, and all that section. Them niggas took that joint to another level, you heard? They took that joint to another level. I remember when dudes was just running around talking about Sex Money Murder. Niggas was talking about Pete, the Twins, BMO, and whoever else. You heard? A whole bunch of other dudes I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But now, today, when you talk about Sex Money Murder, you got to mention too many dudes' names. You got to go into different generations. Because that's how much of a movement Pete started on the street. You heard? The nigga, the movement that Pete started was so crazy that they had put flyers out, don't be next, nigga. Don't be next, nigga. They was posting them joints up in the hoods, by schools, all over. They wanted niggas, they wanted youngsters to see Pete. Everybody be praising them, oh, Pistol Pete, Pistol Pete, Pistol Pete, Pistol Pete. But they wanted everybody to see that this nigga is gonna be locked away forever in ADX, you heard? And this is what's gonna happen to you if y'all run around out here busting your gun, thinking that it's cool to lay niggas down. You heard? You're gonna be in jail for the rest of your life, facing the death penalty. You heard? So they had flyers throughout the whole hood. Don't be next. Don't be next. They came through, took down the whole hood. Took down the whole hood. They probably did the most indictments up in there in Soundview, you heard? They probably did the most indictments up there in Soundview, B. They took them niggas down by generations, B. They probably on there like they 6th indictment up there, you heard? You know what I'm saying? They cleared that joint out, nigga. You heard? You see, they still coming back with more indictments, man. They ain't finished, B. They ain't finished. They trying to get every generation that they could get that's claiming that gangster life, you heard? So Sex Money Murder, Pistol Pete was bigger than the KARP in the street, in my opinion. Pistol Pete was way bigger than KARP. Even though KARP got his affiliation with Terror Squad and Fat Joe in the music game and this and that, Pistol Pete was still bigger than KARP on the street. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. I want my videos to do numbers, man. I want my videos to do numbers. Y'all stop sleeping on me. Y'all niggas hit the comments. Share my video. Do it all, B. I want my videos to do numbers. So, put it in the comments. Who got the streets? Pistol Pete or KARP? And in my opinion, Pistol Pete got the streets. He did too much on the streets to not have the streets. You heard? Pistol Pete had the streets, B, when he was out here, B. He had the streets when he was out here, man. Because y'all don't even know how many gangsters was running around the Bronx or the BX at that time, B. When Pistol Pete and them niggas was running around. When Pistol Pete was running around, you had mad niggas that was gangsters out here. Any project you went to in the Bronx, it was like 10 to 15 gangsters in there. everywhere you went, when you hung out and all that, that's where all you gonna be around is nothing but gangsters, you heard? You had niggas like, yo, you had so many name brand niggas, you heard? At the time when Pistol Pete, BMO, and all them niggas was coming up out there, that you gotta give it to Pete, man. You gotta give it to Pete, man. And if it wasn't Pete, before Pete had the streets, the Bronx especially, it was B.O. God bless the dead B.O. You heard? B.O. had the Bronx, B. B.O. had the Bronx, B. You know what I'm saying? And then it went to another nigga. It went to Pistol Pete, B. You heard? So it's sad that niggas is glorifying a killer, you heard, or a murderer. But at the end of the day, the boy was at the top of his game. The boy wasn't playing with niggas out there, B. You heard? He wasn't playing with niggas out there. He was killing niggas. They started sayings and all that. They was calling niggas a red what's that t-shirt contest, a wet t-shirt contest. That means smoking, put a nigga away and all that. You heard? Like they wasn't playing, B. Pistol Pete and them wasn't playing, B. So even though KARP was official nigga on the street, running with all the Beliquas, running with all them niggas from Cyprus and all them getting mad money and all that down there and all that, and he running with the Terror Squad and all that, but we all know Terror Squad is all about music and all that, blah, blah, blah. When it come down to the street, he can't go up against Pistol Pete, B. So when it come down to the name in the street, Pistol Pete got that name in the street, B. He got that name, B. Pistol Pete, you heard? Put it in the comments. You heard? Who got the streets, man? Put it in the comments. Who got the streets? You know what I'm saying? Now, who carries the name in jail or prison? Yeah, B. Who carries the name in jail or prison? Now, let's start with Pistol Pete, being that I started with K.A.R. Pete on the street thing first, you heard? This time, I'm going to start with Pistol Pete on who carries a name in jail or prison. You heard? Who carries the name in jail or prison? Pistol Pete or K.A.R. Pete? You heard? Now, everybody know, you would think Pistol Pete might lose this one when it come down to jail, because right now, K.A.R. Pete is all over the internet about his jailhouse stories. And a lot of niggas is saying he capping, because a lot of shit sound like he capping. I'm just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? And he said that he got at niggas and he did this and he told niggas to stay in, and I ain't gonna get into all that, you heard? Because you got a whole bunch of other dudes that they already debunked all that, you heard? They already proved that he Cat Master Flex, you heard? But I'm gonna say it like this. The boy get busy. The boy was putting in that pain, you heard? When everybody was going in on the internet, I started making some calls around. You understand what I'm saying? And one of my dudes that I called, they was like, "Yo, you know, Boss, our man Boss was, was running with the nigga. Him and the nigga Pistol Pete, K.A.R. Pete was running on the island together. You heard, squashing dudes out and all that. Boss would be able to tell you something. You heard? So I hit Boss up through the DM, but Boss ain't get back at me. But it's funny that I hit up Boss, because right after that, another YouTuber, Fruit, he dropped some content with about the dude K.A.R.P. with the dude that got stabbed. That's in a topic story that they talking about right now. You heard with the dude Brandon, right? Now the dude that supposed to have stabbed Brandon or cut Brandon or did whatever he did, right? They got him 4 years ago telling the story out there. You know what I'm saying? On somebody's YouTube page, they got him out there telling the story, and basically his story don't line up with the energy that K.A.R. story was lining up with. So a lot of niggas, everybody already know, and niggas been up there in the mountains, niggas know how them joints play. A lot of niggas be capping up there, you heard? Especially about their jailhouse stories. Niggas will tell you that they tore up 100 niggas, but they won't tell you that they got punched in the face, you heard? They won't tell you that Barnes' son punched them niggas in the face, you heard? Or they won't tell you that such and such slapped them niggas in the yard, you heard? Yeah, B. A lot of niggas be on some favoritism shit, and niggas be getting away with shit too, you heard? Niggas be getting away with shit, but I'ma just keep it real. Niggas be capping in their jailhouse stories. So they tearing that nigga Pistol Pete up all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to tear up his story. I've been up there in the mountains. I know what's true and I know what's not true. I know what's possible and what's not possible. I know how niggas move and how niggas don't move. I know how niggas be having niggas scared and all that. I know that one nigga could have 30, 40 niggas scared of him, you heard? But that don't mean that everybody in the jail scared of him. It's somebody in that jail. It's a couple niggas in that jail that nigga can't fuck with me. There's a couple niggas in that jail that dude can't fuck with. So basically, niggas be capping in these stories, you heard? And he got himself in a whole bunch of trouble because the niggas is getting at him with this shit. Getting at him. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that he would have a bigger name than Pistol, but nah. Pistol went to jail. He didn't have no rough bed. He didn't have to do nothing to a lot of people. He didn't have to get busy and all that because he Pistol Pete. He got a name from the street. And his name is about laying niggas down. So in jail, a lot of them criminals, they stupid, but they ain't dumb. You heard? So Pistol Pete in prison, dudes ain't gonna do nothing to Pistol. Dudes ain't gonna even want nothing problems with Pistol. Dudes gonna try to be Pistol friend in jail. You heard? So Pistol had it easy. That's why when OG Mac was starting the Bloods, and he started the Bloods, and he went over to Pistol, and he said, yo, I want you to be down with the Bloods. I want you to get down with Trey Gangsta and all that. Pistol was like, nah, I don't think I could do that. I tell you what, I get down with y'all niggas if y'all make sex money. Only way I get down with y'all, sex money murder has to be a set. And it was made a set. And it was made a set that was already established on the street. Known for bodying niggas, putting in that work, laying niggas down. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And that's how Sex Money Murder came a set in the Bloods. You know what I'm saying? Not because Pete was thirsty and got down with the Bloods and then he was putting in work and niggas gave him a set. No. He was given a set, nigga. Just because he was known as Pistol Pete from the Bronx, nigga. Soundview. You heard? Putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wouldn't dare front on Pete in there. Niggas, the gangsters was giving him love, showing him to the utmost respect. That nigga was in jail knocking down COs and all that. You heard? Doing him. You heard? Until he went to the feds. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And then he got mixed up with some shit and he went to the feds. You heard? And then they took him down. You heard? Because he ordered that Thanksgiving massacre shit. Rest in peace to Twin. Rest in peace to everybody that lost their life. You heard? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, B. And then he in ADX and married with Supermax joint under the jail, you know what I'm saying, under the ground type shit. You heard? And they gave that man life, man. You heard? He copped out to his bid. He copped out. I think Pete copped. I remember hearing Pete cop, Ready Reed and Pete copped out. You heard? He copped out so because they was already using a lot of niggas against him. So just so that he could get over with the joint, he copped out, B. So yeah, B. Pete was strong in game in jail, strong in prison. You heard? He started sex money. He started Sex Money Bloods gang in prison. You heard? Them niggas wound up becoming big as a mother. You heard? All them niggas from Soundview, Castle Hill that was getting locked up, they was automatically SMM. You heard? Then you had niggas out in Queensbridge, SMM. Then you have niggas in Brooklyn, SMM. You heard? So that SMM, then that shit is out of town and all that. They just took down some niggas in Georgia, SMM. You heard? New generation niggas. All them new niggas down south and all that. Hogan's 4th, they're part of that indictment. You heard? They went and grabbed him and put him in it. You heard? So they still out there, B. So that's let you know that SMM no joke. You heard? And like I told you, Pete was in prison. He was in jail. He really ain't have no problems. You don't really hear no stories of him putting in a lot of work or doing none of that in jail because everybody knew he was a murderer. And if you get into something with him, 9 times out of 10, when you get home with somebody that you love that's home, they was gonna get their head blown clear, smooth off. They was gonna get their head blown smooth off. So that man Pistol Pete ain't have no problems in jail. Niggas ain't want no problems with Pete in jail. Pistol Pete from Soundview. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want no problems with that kid. Now, K.A.R. Pistol Pete, prison record, jail history. You heard? He started on the island. I heard he was putting in work. He was one of them Spanish niggas that was putting in work. He was one of them Spanish niggas that was banging out with the black niggas, you heard? He wasn't one of them Spanish niggas that was trying to be cool or just trying to do his time and doing all that. No, he was trying to put in work, you heard? So he was with the mess. He was one of them niggas that was in the forefront of shit, you heard? Yeah, Pistol P, you know what I'm saying? No, not Pistol P, KARP from Cyprus. He was official, you heard? In his time, you heard? He could talk his jail shit, you know what I'm saying? He put in a little work, you know what I'm saying? But when it gets to up north, I don't know. He doing a little capping with that Kawasaki story, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, you got all them other cats out there that got into his story. They proved that a lot of that shit is cap. And so I don't got to get into it, you know what I'm saying? But this is KARP versus Pistol P on the street and in jail. So in jail, he get busy and all that, but I won't even give him jail over the real Pistol Pete because it's like this. Pistol Pete started the blood sex. He brought the Sex Money Murder brand to jail and added it into a gang. That gang was so big. I just told y'all they taking niggas down even to this day behind Pistol Pete starting Sex Money Murder. You heard? That's a gang, B. You heard? They ain't taking the crew down. They taking the gang down. You heard? For the last 20 years, they've been taking the gang down. You heard? A Sex Money Murder. So, Pistol Pete, even in prison, he was bigger than K.A.R. Pistol Pete. You heard? Even in prison, when he come down to the street in prison, the name got to go to Pistol Pete. Put it in the comments, y'all. Put it in the comments. Let's get it, nigga.